I am locked in. Lock me in. It is over. But odds makers see it differently. They actually have him right now as the second favorite to win the Calder for Rookie of the Year. But in my mind, dude, the race is over. Unless he gets hurt, Lane Hutson is my NHL Rookie of the Year. And I say this while admitting my ignorance. I don't watch Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks. I see the highlights. I watch him play. I know San Jose is a lot more fun to watch. But when I look at the numbers, and I'm talking from the numbers, the fact that I'll use Saturday as an example. After 40 minutes, Lane Hutson had played 16 of the 40 minutes, finished with over 25. He plays pretty much 23 minutes a night. He leads all rookies in points. He leads all rookie defensemen in points. He's on pace for over a 60-point campaign. How is Lane Hutson not the odds maker's favorite to win Rookie of the Year? Shaun, explain that to me.
Well, I'll explain it to you. So,
yeah,
with the most points and being a defenseman, and it's phenomenal what we're seeing with Lane Hutson. And let's be honest. Begin the season, it was slower because he wasn't on the number one power play unit. Now he is. So it took time for him to take that spot away from Matheson. And now there's no doubt about it. You want him on that first-line power play. He handles the puck. His defensive game has improved. And if you watch him night in and night out like you do, it's very easy. If you watch Macklin Celebrini night in and night out, I could see that argument. So the biggest argument is, but he's a defenseman. He's a rookie defenseman. And being a rookie defenseman is one of the hardest things to do at 20 years old. I agree. I completely agree. But the exact same amount of people that say that when they're going to have a vote, so whoever's voting for the Calder, they're going to say he's a rookie defenseman and has this amount of points. The same people are going to say Macklin Celebrini's 18 years old. He's a teenager. And being an 18-year-old in the National Hockey League might be even harder than being a 20-year-old defenseman. And I know that it's still a rookie and you're still young, but I think that that's the biggest counter argument to Lane Hutson being a defenseman is the fact that Celebrini is only 18 years old. Yeah. And Mishkov, who's 19 years old, is also in the mix when it comes to the Calder. Those are your three. So here's the divide. And I might lean a little here on Celebrini, but not. I think it's an even race between the two. And for those two reasons. And the odds makers have Celebrini leading the way. But I'm curious about Celebrini and Hudson in the second half of the season. College players in their rookie year hit walls at games 50 to 60, 65 because it's the NHL grind. Now, the Four Nations face-off break might benefit both those players to get a breather and reset. Michkov was playing professionally in the KHL. And it's not 82, but it's up there with that grind of a schedule. So he might be the player in the second half that kind of skyrockets up and catches up to them in the rookie race. Yeah. Because I do think Hudson and Celebrini might slow down. I see it a lot. I would say 85, 90% of all rookies hit a wall in their first year around 55, 60 games. However, there is the 10%, and Celebrini and Hudson could easily be in that 10%. And I've watched Hudson. I think he is. I don't think he's going to slow down, but it's something I'm watching. And that's where he might. So I'm not sitting here today saying, guaranteed he's going to win the Calder. I know that Gallo did it. I know that you feel that way. If it ended today, he might win it. If it ended today.
Right. How can you say he might? That's where you lose me.
The thing is, there's a whole half of the season. But there's a whole half of the season.
No, but I'm just saying if Saturday night against Dallas was game 82.
Yeah.
Okay. And forget about the point total. Mm-hmm. He finishes worth more points than Celebrini and Michkov. Yep. He leads all NHL rookie defensemen. That race is over, by the way. Forget about that. Close. I think the second guy is like 7 points. Dallas Stankoven had 18 points after 18 games. He's out of the race too. So, like, hypothetically, if Saturday night was the end of the season, he's rookie of the year.
I think he wins it.
He plays defense, bro.
I think he wins it. And my point is, I would argue he's 18 years old. And that's why I think Hudson wins it today. I'm with you. Right. But the argument for Celebrini is not just so passive. The kid's 18 years old.
I know. Dude. So like, how many is there a point threshold Hudson has to cross in your mind, okay, that locks in the Calder? Like locks, forget it. Celebrini does whatever he does. I'll even give you Celebrini finishes with more points on the season than Lane Hutson. But is there a number Hudson hits that in your mind makes it uncatchable? It's rookie of the year all day, every. I think for me, it's 55.
Yeah, I was going to say 55, but I'll say 60 locks it in.
Oh, dude,
because
it's over. He's on pace for over 60 now.
I know, but again, I told you, the second half, I'm curious about it.
I know.
But I still think he's in the 10%. I think he's a special one.
And it's also the other things too, like you're saying, like I don't discount that at all. The NHL is a grinding league. It's a man's league. It's a serious league. The Canadian schedule is very, very difficult. It's very, very tough in January. So what you're saying, we'll see, right? And you can't discount it at all. Don't throw that away. What Shaun brings to the table is a very valid point. And it may happen, it may not. But I think what gives me the confidence to have the opinion I have around Hudson is I'm amazed, dude, at his adaptability already multiple times just this season. And like look at Dallas for example. There was a moment in the second period where Hudson is doing what he's doing. He's pinching down low and he's surrounded. There's like 3 stars around him. This guy finagled his way out of that like a little fishy, and he found Josh Anderson. And of course, Jake Ottinger had a great night, I thought. Ottinger was such a good goaltender.
Yeah.
He turns that threat away, doesn't make it look threatening. But the point is how Anderson got the puck delivered to him, how Hudson already has given opposing teams and players multiple looks. So hard to game plan for this guy. That right there gives me enough confidence to believe that he is in that 10% and that by games 50 through 60, that wall will not be hard for him to hurdle over, Shaun. That's what I see.
You know what I love? I'm watching this, and I'm watching the way that teams are trying to defend him. And I know that we're at the halfway mark of the season for the Canadiens. I feel like, Canadiens line up, they put it up on the board. At the beginning of the season, it was Savard with Hudson, whatever, just watching. Oh, okay. Oh, they got this new kid. Now, I am so curious, prior to the game, when they're doing their pregame scout, how much time, like the Dallas Stars or the Washington Capitals, allotted to, hey guys, Hudson on the other side, when he gets the puck 48. And he does this little head fake, don't get caught. Like, do they spend 60 seconds? Do they spend 3 minutes in their pregame scout? Because they'll do the goalie scouting, they'll do the power play, the penalty kill scouting. They sit in the room and they do when they're doing their pregame scout and like the video. Now, where they were at the beginning of the season, like how much time is allotted to pregame scout as someone like Lane Hutson? Because you have to now. And that's, to me, whatever the time is, I don't really care. The fact that you're 40 games into your career and the other team, the opposition, has to pre-scout you. They do everybody. But I'm going to be very honest. They're not pre-scouting Emil Heineman, who's also a rookie.
Yeah.
They're pre-scouting Lane Hutson.
Yeah. And Emil Heineman, while you bring that name up, obviously in the top 3 of rookie goal scorers with 10 goals, he's on a nice little line with the Canadiens, just adding to that balance.
Yeah.
And what has been a nice little first half rookie run by a lot of different players. And I mean, I can't, the Hudson hype is so real. It's in front of us. We watch it every day. Like we spoke about. Was Friday his best game of his NHL career? Was Saturday? I don't know. You tell me.
It'll be Tuesday.
How he sets up Suzuki and Caulfield there in overtime to beat Washington and Logan Thompson there. I mean, and rushing back, stick checking guys, stick and passing lanes, the minutes, the role, the team that he plays for, where they are competitively speaking. Like it all adds up in my mind, and I do this intentionally. I am very excited. I will not calm down with my Hudson hype that he is the best Canadiens prospect to not play goal that I have ever seen in my life wear a Montreal Canadiens sweater. I have never seen anybody like him. I've never been more excited about a future. Again, I'm a goalie guy. Carey Price, Patrick Waugh, those are my guys. So forget about goalies. I am talking about PK Subban. I am talking about players Cole Caulfield, players that we were excited to see. nobody moves the needle for me in my lifetime watching this team like 48 does. The guy's played how many? What 42 plus 2? He's played 44 games.
Yeah. Until next year and Demidov shows up.
Correct. Thank you. You are correct.
All right. So on this, I got to throw this out there.
Go ahead.
I did mention this on Campbell versus Gallo, but I got to mention it to you. I just want to get your take on this.
Go ahead.
Can we be honest? He's got a lame number. He needs a better number.
I agreed. You know what, dude?
He needs
I swear to you. Dude, I swear, I bleep you not. When I was thinking about Demidov, I was thinking about, I'm going to ask the audience what number you think he should wear, because I was thinking about this on Saturday afternoon. I want him to wear like 91. I want him to wear like a Fedorov, high 90s, 97, some cool high number. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
48 is a lame, no disrespect, JJ Daniel. 48 is a lame ass number.
And we see it a lot.
What's the right number? Single digits or high 90s?
Well, one, there's no single digits for him to wear.
I know.
So
like 4 or 3 would be badass.
Yeah, so I kind of was looking at a couple of the numbers that are available, that aren't available, because, I kind of was looking at that. Now that Cole Caulfield has switched to 13, how about 22?
22. When I was a kid,
I don't know what his number was. Like, I'm not flashing on this.
Hear me out here, okay? You and I are the same age. Remember the great players in the league? What numbers did they wear? Outside of 19. Let's go through it.
Yeah.
33, Patrick. 77, Ray Bourque, Paul Coffey. 99, obvious. 66, obvious.
Yeah.
I for instance, as a little boy, I always believed, man, if you're a great player, you have to wear, right? You got to wear the double number.
Yeah, and with the Canadiens, like 10, the 10's not a defenseman number. There are like 3 defensemen that wear 10 in the league this year, but 10.
If you had your perfect number for Hudson, 22, forget about retired numbers.
Okay.
If you could pick any number that you think would level up Hudson's cool scale, what's the number?
I think 2.
Yeah, I love it.
And Doug Harvey, I know you're not like that. I think 2. That's why I went 22. It's just he's small, he's tiny, he's kind of. I think just you go down at the other end of the barrel, you don't get those single digits. I think that it would look beautifully on him. So that's why I went with 22 with the Canadiens. I'm just playing around. I just think and 48 just doesn't shine.
I know.
And if you look at the Canadiens, a lot of these rookies, they get handed numbers at training camp, and then they are able to change. Remember what Brendan Gallagher's number used to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
16?
No, 73.
73. Okay, I didn't remember. No.
Yeah, he was 73. And then, there are some of those numbers that are handed, like PK Subban was handed 76, and then he just made it his own. But he didn't ask for 76 when he showed up to training camp. They were like, "This is your number," and it's a cool number. Yeah, Logan Mailloux, he was 94, but now he's switched over to 24. That's when he's with the Canadiens. He's 94 because they just give him the big number. But once you establish yourself, you can walk in and say, "Hey, can I have this number now?" Yes, you can.
Demidov's got to wear a 90s number, no?
So here's for Demidov. Here's my suggestion.
Yeah.
You want the 90s number?
Yeah.
How about because to me Demidov's a 10. But you can't wear 10. To me, Demidov 10, I have that Pavel Bure feel. How about 96 for the other Pavel Bure number?
Oh, classy.
You like that?
You win.
96? 96 on Demidov?
Yep, done. Locked and loaded. Buy your jerseys at the Canadiens boutique right now. And Shaun Campbell gets 10% of sales.
Yeah, only if he wears 96. If he goes 95 and Berezin, well, come on.
95 points. Yes, Sergei Berezin. Yannick Perreault, number 94.
Yeah, I could do this all day.
Joey Juneau, 90, 91? 90. Yeah, Joey Juneau was 90. Yeah. That's good stuff. Good stuff as always, Shaun. Thanks so much. Catch Shaun with Mitch Gallo 10 to 2 on your home for the Montreal Canadiens, TSN 690.